the way that I always like to end these is, and I don't think I was doing this when you and I talked a couple of years ago, but I always like to end by having the wrestlers I'm speaking to review a movie they've seen recently. Not even a recent movie, but something you watched recently, just to kind of give you a chance to talk about something other than pro wrestling. I mean, Danielson reviewed something him and his daughter watched that was like a kid's movie on Netflix. It can literally be anything. So have you watched any movies recently?
Yeah.
Anything you'd want to talk about in particular?
I just watched, I finished that show, Titans. You know what that is?
Yes. Okay, we can talk about that. How did you like that?
It was alright. Like, it started out like, okay. But I read some of the books, so like, I was like familiar with the characters. It started out like, okay, and I liked that it was like violent. Even though like, Robin, when you put him in like a real life live action scenario, like wearing the stupid fucking little mask, like, how do we not know that's you? That's so fucking dumb. Like, that's so, like, just putting a little thing over your eyes. It's not hiding your identity, man. Like, it's really, and the yellow and all that shit. It's really hard to look fucking cool and badass in a real live action scenario in a fucking Robin outfit. They did like a decent job. But then, but once you named Nightwing, it was like pretty badass. Like, then it got like pretty good in season 2. And then I was like, fuck, this is getting good. And then the third season just went to, or the last season, it just went all to hell with like all this like voodoo, supernatural power shit. And it kind of started to lose me. And I was like, and then it was over. But it was okay. But like, I'm a big Batman fan. And, that whole, world. I'm a big Red Hood fan. He's probably my favorite comic book character. Even though the Red Hood kid, the kid that played him in the show was like a little too young because he was like a fucking teeny bopper kid and like the helmet fucking was bigger than him. I'm like, I'm not sure I'm buying you as this like killing machine, but still did a good enough job. But the whole thing with my biggest problem with Batman, if I was transported into like that universe, I'd be like, can we just start killing some of these motherfuckers? Like, if you just let him out. And
I mean,
like,
that's kind of the
why I
catalyst
completely
for the
agree with
first
the Red
season,
Hood.
right?
Yeah, I completely agree with the Red Hood on this. Like, he's always like, why don't we just shoot the Joker? And he's like, no, then we'd be just like them. And it's like, no, you wouldn't. Then you'd be a good guy shooting a bad guy. That's not you're not the same thing at all. Like, just because you shot you gotta get him off the fucking streets. Like, at a certain point, like, once he's escaped like 20 fucking times, like, just fucking shoot him. Like, I have very little patience for bullshit. So, like, if I was a superhero, I'd be like, or if I was in that world at all, even if I was just a hot dog vendor in the Gotham world, I'd have to go up to Batman and be like, dude, can we just fucking shoot this guy? Like, the Joker has escaped like 20 fucking times. I'll do it right now. Like, I will go fucking kill him. Like, I'll fucking double leg him. I'll stab him in the neck with a fucking beer bottle. He's done. Like, whatever we need to do. Or, give me one of those bat fucking guns. I'll electrocute his ass. Like, I would just shoot him. Like, just really simplify the whole thing. There's a lot of problems in Gotham, and if we just started shooting these motherfuckers, it would just be a lot easier. Because, most of them are pretty irredeemable.
So, were you a fan of Snyder's Batman, since it was pretty clear he was killing people left and right?
I liked, like, the bitter, kind of, like, angry. I did not mind Ben Affleck as, like, the kind of bitter Bruce Wayne. But I didn't really care for those movies in general because they were just they were all like over the top and I couldn't really understand what was going on. They were all just big CGI like messes. So like,
I agree.
Yeah, I watched The Flash and was like, I didn't care for it at all.
No, I'm in the same boat with you. But yeah, Titans was a weird show that came along when DC was clearly restructuring everything, and I think it kind of just suffered as a result towards the end there. So I agree that the third season was just sort of all over the place.
Yeah, it had moments.
Yeah.